Hi everyone. So it's your girl Alexis, back with another video. Today I want to do a testimony. I have a lot of them, and I keep saying I'm gonna post it when, but there's nothing stopping me but my own mind. So today I want to post a testimony about how God relocated my son and I, and he's been with us every step of the way. So on August the 20th, we got up in the middle of the night. We left Baltimore, Maryland, and we came to Texas. Now, I will say that the Lord had put it on my spirit a while ago to come to Dallas, Texas, but I started watching a fellow church that I like to watch, and in my mind I was like, okay, he never told me where to go in Texas. So I ended up going to Houston because that's where the church was. But all along, from the moment that it dropped in my spirit to come to Texas, he had always said Dallas. It was me overthinking and doing what I wanted to do. So I ended up going to Houston. He still provided there. However, that's not where he told me to go. So I continued to pray each day. Once I, kind of was just like, Lord, like you told me to come to Texas. And he brought it to my attention, like, yeah, I told you to go to Dallas. I didn't tell you to go to Houston. So we came to Dallas. Immediately, as soon as we got here, now mind you, when I left home, let me just set some precedent for this video. I hope I'm using that word correctly. When I left Maryland, I didn't have enough gas money to get me all the way to Dallas. My gas tank has never reached I drive a 2021 Nissan Altima, so my gas tank usually only goes about to like 393 at the most, 393 miles to full tank. I put gas in my car. The first time I had to put gas in my car from leaving my home, I think I was in Louisiana. I'm not sure. I don't remember. My gas tank went to 623 miles. My gas tank has never done that. You can't tell me that that was not God. That was his provision, making sure I made it to the place that he told me to get to. Now, with that being said, wait a second. With that being said, if I didn't have gas money to get me all the way here, you could probably tell I didn't have the money for anything else. We arrived in Dallas about 3 days ago. Prior to that, from August the 20th all the way until, hold on Xavier, I'm sorry, have my son, all the way from August the 20th until 3 days ago, we were in Houston. So we were utilizing local libraries. We experienced different food banks, things of that nature. We've been staying in our car. He's never let us run out of gas. He's never let us run out of food. Mind you, I don't know anybody. I don't know any of these people. I don't have family here, nothing. This was solely the Lord. He has truly ordered our steps. Once I got to Dallas, the ball got rolling. I went to a gas station, so I guess this is a testimony inside of a testimony. I went to a gas station at Shell. It was 5 in the morning, about 5, 6 in the morning. I had $1 in my bank account. It's my last dollar. And I went to the gas station simply to use the restroom. I was really hesitant about going back in once I got in my car. It was my son and I, and he's 5. I was really hesitant about going back in. I was like, I only got $1. Like, they're gonna be looking at me like I'm crazy if I say, yeah, I just want to put $1 on pump 5. So I was just like, you don't have a choice. You got like 64 miles to empty. A little dinging light comes on. So the dinging light came on. Well, it was already on. I was like, all right, I'm gonna just go in and ask. The gentleman at the counter was so kind. He was so sweet. He ended up taking my information, taking my TikTok. As many of you may know, and some of you may not know, I own a business called God Chaser. It's faith-based apparel. It is now based off of TikTok shop, but hopefully we will expand soon. I said all of that to say, he took my information, took my TikTok shop information. He put a little bit more money on the gas tank for me versus the $1. He gave my son a snack. He has invited me to his church on Sunday. I have not yet been. This is all still transpiring. But after that, after I got the gas, he was like, I'm the one running this here. If you want, he asked, about like where he'd been sleeping and different things and like where we would go. So I was just telling him like, what my natural mind would think as far as where we go to sleep. Not location wise, but just the type of lots that we go to. So he was like, well, you know, you guys can stay here until I get off, if that's fine. And when I get off, if you would like, I would like to, you know, get you guys some breakfast or some food. And then he had shared a bit of his testimony with me. He has once too experienced homelessness. So he was like, I can direct you to a shelter that I went to. So he did that very thing. We sat in a lot, did what we needed to do. I had a chance to work with my designs without having to constantly, you know, just kind of be weary or thinking somebody's going to kick me out of the lot because I've been parked there for a long time. He took, well, didn't take us, but we followed him to get breakfast. He waited for us to eat our food, and then he led us to a homeless shelter, and we were able to stay there for 2 nights. So I was very grateful for that, very extremely grateful for that. The Lord truly sent him, so I'm very grateful. Sorry, I kind of lost my train of thought. But you know, fast forward, so today is a new day. We're no longer at the shelter because this all happened in a short span of 3 days. We're no longer at the shelter, and we are, this morning, I was like, okay, you know, we need food. What are we going to do? So I started looking up local food banks. Now, typically when I've looked up food banks, they've been very helpful to us, excellent for us. My son has autism, so he does have food aversion. So there are some foods that he doesn't want to eat. When I tell you, when we got to the food bank today, like, they blessed us so much. We got all sorts of stuff that he likes: popcorn, peanut butter, strawberries, the very thing that he asked me for. Again, that's the Lord's provision. Things that I didn't even realize that, like, things I didn't even think to ask, or things that, the details, the things that we care about so much that we think, you know, oh, you know, like, it's okay, we'll just take. No, the Lord cared about my baby's request. And let me backtrack for a minute. So when we were staying at the shelter, I don't mean to be derogatory, but hold on. So go to Tubi. Okay. I don't mean to be real derogatory or anything like that, but Xavier, I'm making a video, so I need you to be good, okay? Sorry, guys. So let's just backtrack a little bit. We all know we got number 1, number 2. So I had to go to the restroom, and I had to not do number 1. And I was thinking to myself, this is when we were staying at the shelter, I was like, Lord, the bathrooms are not in the best condition. I cannot do this in here. Like, I can't. But I was like, I try to take on the I won't complain mentality. So I didn't say, you know, I just didn't say, I just thought it. And I was like, Lord, please forgive me for that thought. But I can't do this. The next day, we happened to go downstairs because I was trying to get my son registered for school and different things like that. Tell me why. We walked into the nicest bathroom in the facility. And I was like, wow, like, I felt comfortable enough to, you know, do what I had to do. And I was like, wow, Lord, you actually cared about it that enough. It hadn't even been a whole 24 hours of me thinking that. And he provided a comfortable bathroom, a clean bathroom for my son and I to use. And I was just very grateful for that. Sorry, I kind of lost my train of thought because I'm also trying to make sure my son is okay. But I will insert pictures of the, hold on, I'm gonna crack the watermelon. I will insert pictures of all the food that we got from the food bank. I also will insert pictures of my gas station testimony. Oh, and let me tell you this, because I also almost forgot. The moment that I realized the Lord told me to come to Dallas, Texas, not just Texas, and I chose to go where I thought was best. I was like, Lord, if you give me the money, because again, this whole time I have not had money. I said, Lord, if you give me the gas money, or if you give me the gas, or however you do it, if you provide the provision, I said, it was literally like in the middle of the day. I was like, I don't care. I'm tired. I've been tired, you know, just going back and forth and trying to stay awake to make sure we're okay. I was like, if you send me the provision, I will go right now. I won't delay. I will go. No sooner than I said that, I'm literally, again, running out of gas. This is before I got to Dallas. I'm still in Houston. And I was like, I've been going to Shell because you get like the cents off your thing. And I was just like, I had $2. One on one card, one on another. I went in and I asked the young lady, could she, you know, do it? And she was like, okay, I have to do it separately. So I was like, okay. It wasn't working. So I was just like, okay, you know, that's fine. I appreciate you for trying. Tell me why this young lady put $20 on the tank. She put $20 on the tank, and she gave my son some candy, some snacks that he wanted. And I'm so grateful. And I was like, Lord, you held up to your end of the deal. I'm going. This was about 5 or 6 in the evening. She put $20 on there. I'll insert that picture as well. And we came to Dallas. And so I'm pretty sure by the end of listening to this, you're probably going to be wondering, like, okay, what's happening now? So we are currently in Dallas. And we have food. We have shade. There are things that we still are in need of. However, I have no doubt that the Lord will provide. And he led me to share my testimony, and I kept saying, I'm going to wait until this is not how the story ends. Yes, this is not how the story ends. But while I have blood in my breath in my body and breath in my lungs, I will share my testimony. He states in his word in Revelations that we overcome by the blood of the Lamb and the word of our testimony. So I won't dare let the enemy shut my mouth. Thank you guys for listening to my testimony. I have many of them, and I hope you guys enjoy. And I'll be back. God bless.